What's going on, people? Playing another underused deck today, and since we used Strength and Agility last time, I figured we'd try and completely switch up the color so we're not using the same cards all the time as well, until maybe we cover all the attributes and then maybe we'll loop back. But here is our Underused Mage list. It's kind of like a mid-mage, kind of harkens back to the days of old, but obviously there's a whole lot of cards that we have to swap out. Blood Sorceress, a card that's never really gotten any traction, but I guess it's a... if you're purposely skipping out on things like Lightning Bolt and Ancano as finishers, Blood Sorceress can kind of be a cheap finisher. Not cheap as in craftable, because obviously it's an epic, but cheap as in only costs 1, and worst case scenario, you have a 2-1 to play on turn 1, which isn't half bad. Playing a 1 of Gardener's Harvest just because we're going to get around having to play some underused cards with maybe some card generation. Crassius' Favor, probably one of the more... out of all of these underused cards, it's probably one of the more currently used cards. But some healing, decent 2-drop. Guildsworn Wayfarer sees some experimentation in some decks from time to time. I just don't see it that often at all. Shimmerine Peddler, honestly, with only 9 actions in the deck, we should find a different 2-drop. Just reminded me of that right now. And which one can we run? Cleric of Kind sees a lot of play. That's a tough thing, is a lot of the cards that we might want to play already see a lot of play. But this is a card that used to see play, and it's fun, so we're going to run that one instead. We're going to run Helgen's Squad Leader. It's something that can snowball pretty hard. We got Stand Watch as a Prophecy and Way to Cycle. There wasn't that much draw on the deck. And you can also use it in certain situations of, like, if your opponent's hiding something in the Shadow Lane, you can give it guard with this and attack into it. An Amherst Keeper, a card that, again, has occasionally seen play, but not that much. Keeper of Whispers pairs nicely with an Amherst Keeper, as well as our Hoffengar Marauder. Morthal Executioner, just, again, a scalable card. Does really well as you're breaking runes. Telvanni Arcanist can generate some actions for us. Goutfang Adept, at best, it's a slightly worse Hive Defender, but that also has the option to draw a card, so it's not horrible. Gravegrasp in there for another Prophecy and ways to go wide, I guess. It's kind of like our... we can't run Harpy, so this is Harpy-ish. Hive Warrior's in here as a 6/3. If it gets bolted, it gets bolted. Try to 4-drop for 4-drop, that's not too bad. We've got Moonmoth Castellan in here as a guard that also generates extra cards. This acts as draw in a way. Again, Hoffengar Marauder used to see a lot of play. Sees almost none nowadays. I still think it's a good card. I guess just yellow-based mid-range isn't a thing as much right now. Mechanar's Will is one of those cards that almost nobody plays around, but can really kind of clear 2 of your opponent's cards for 1, and I think it's just pretty decent. Spiteful Dremora, you're not going to see a lot of times where this can come into play, but there's a fair amount of annoying cards in the game that have 2 attack or less, and this is, again, we can't really run Execute, so Spiteful Dremora is our Execute on a stick. Skywatch Vindicator, one of those cards that I've always felt is like okay, and never sees any play, so we're running that. Clockwork Apostle saw some play, kind of right after Clockwork City came out. It's kind of like a reach finisher. This kind of replaces what would be Dawnbreaker for us. And then Legion Prefect, just because we kind of go wide a little bit, and we can't run Mercenary Captain or Divine Fervor or 5th Legion Trainer, so this kind of gives us that last bit of damage sometimes when we need it. I was considering running Warcry in that place, but I kind of just valued the fact that the Prefect comes with a body. Okay, let's get it popping. Hopefully you guys like these underused decks. I think there's a pretty decent reception to the Archer one. You guys like seeing cards that don't always see play, even if the deck isn't necessarily super competitive. So that's what we're doing here. Hopefully, even though the deck isn't super competitive, we can still have some decent results. It's kind of a bad hand. I don't want to just play this as a 0/3. I would say it's very bad. That's very bad.
I smell the stench of the living.
Yikes.
We're stronger together.
This is Control Empire. We probably already lost because we drew 2 of our 3 7-cost cards in our first 5.
I didn't come here alone.
I'm ready for anything. Wrong place for a midnight
This is
scroll.
Conscription Empire. Oh my god. Half of our deck, more than half of our deck costs 3 or less.
Wrong place for a midnight stroll.
I think we're sitting somewhere in like the 1% chance of this starting out this way, going.
This one will tear them.
Throw me a card, buddy. This could actually be pretty good here. I assume he's going to take out the 6-3 here. He's looking for his conscription. We really just need to start countering and getting on the board.
Wrong place for a midnight
Oh, that's
scroll.
great. I'll gladly take that.
Die, die, die!
I am the emptiness at the center of your home.
We will seize our own fate.
Next turn, we can either Hofengar, just go for Clockwork Apostle. Unfortunately, our cards are pretty even right now.
Fear me, mortal. Fear me, mortal.
Can't play a guard plus Moon Moth, unfortunately.
I am the emptiness at the center of your home.
Your story has finished.
Let's just kind of start pushing damage, I guess. He is going to draw a card. Nothing we do about that.
The Hist provides. The waters of life.
Okay.
So much work yet to do.
Fear me, mortal. Fear me, mortal.
We will seize our own
Okay.
fate.
I mean, if we can just dodge a little bit of removal, we've got a board going here. We have 12, 15, 17, 22 damage on the board, technically. But I highly doubt that he doesn't have at least another guard or a way to buff his board.
What have we here?
What do you got for us, Berryfield? Interesting.
Today will
I've
be
no
ours.
time for this. Your story has finished.
Violence. Violence.
It's a pretty good card.
You can tell them you thought of it.
That's a pretty good card. See if he has another Dawn's Wrath.
By the egg, surrender.
Nope, he's got something pretty similar.
The Night Mother will guide us.
Okay. I can make this guy a 7/7, which doesn't do a lot right now. So instead, I think we'll just do this. We're gonna hit a prophecy. It's gonna be a javelin.
I fear no man.
Alright, if he wants to use removal on this, he cannot use conscription this turn. Not that we have a choice anyway, we have to just kind of play our threats. Although this almost looking like it could be just regular control as well, but everything just runs conscription anyway.
They won't even see my blade coming.
They call me the Bandit King.
Speak, citizen.
Battle awaits.
I've no time for this.
Actually, before I do anything else here,
I've no time for this.
The other give me strength.
They have no wit, no poetry.
okay. He can heal up to 11.
Meet your doom.
I mean, he has to trade in the lethal. You got to try and keep your healing alive. But then, if you want to heal, you have to go face.
My scales
Feel the
moving
night mother's
shadow.
love.
See what Dawn's Wrath over here?
Feel the power within
He
you.
does not.
At the ready.
The hiss shall heal you.
Okay.
We fight as one.
We will seize our own fate.
Soldiers, at the ready. Annihilation.
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter which one I trade into here.
This is how an artist fights.
I don't think he's going face.
By the power of the hiss.
See if he has another Dawns over here. Blood Sorceress has already dealt 10 damage this game. Okay.
You trusted me. How foolish.
From my discard pile. What would be the best one for him? Dark Seducer, probably.
Battle awaits. For Cyrodiil.
Alright. Let's see if he can answer my two guys in the left lane. It's our only hope here. He's already used a lot of answers.
Long range, god of schemes.
You must be cleansed.
Okay.
I smell
God
the
damn it.
stench of the living.
Clockwork Apostle is lethal, I guess. And there's a brick. Where there's a blade, there's a brick.
We're stronger together. Annihilation. Swords ready.
Yeah, I have no way to answer this Dark Seducer now.
I'll scout ahead.
That's pretty sad that he had that Mana Marco. He had not a single other answer possible. That will get him this kind of prolonged value.
This one will tear them to shreds.
The ambition of the Telvanni knows no bounds. Now that's teamwork.
I mean, we have to just try and stack damage and out-damage the 7. But now he's going to get the filter pretty heavy. Which means he'll more than likely find an answer.
At the ready.
As is expected.
You have forsworn. You're so much left unfinished.
That doesn't help me at all here.
Die, die, die! I will end you.
There are worse days to die.
Now we can at least finally get past the amount of damage, and if he wants to heal, he has to go face. Honestly, we're just about dead here. Unless we can get a Prophecy Grave Grasp.
I smell the stench of the living.
Blood and faith.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Your time has come. By the firmament. Die, die, die!
They have no wit, nor poetry. Lord Vivek gave me this voice.
There are worse days to die.
How can Uncle Crassus help?
Your orders.
That should put us just outside of lethal.
Chimeric spirit of the sky, guide us.
And then the top deck exact lethal. Oh my god.
A fine battle.
Alright, so it took a very good matchup for our opponent, getting very lucky every step of the way to slow us down. I'm going to call that a win in the grand scheme of feeling good about ourselves. Let's get another game, though. 2, 1. Alrighty, guys, let's get a second game. Cut out that second game. It was very much like that first one. We played against a control opponent. We got them to within 1 turn of lethal, and we lost to, I think it was 4 consecutive top deck unique legendaries. It happens sometimes, but again, just picture the very first game happening a second time. I think that time was Telvanni, though. So it was at least different colors of the same exact occurrence. Even with a Mana Marco, a card that I've never seen played this expansion. Got hit with it twice in one day, which is pretty impressive. We'll keep the Enamour's Keeper, I think. Oh my god, this hand. Got 3 7-cost cards in the deck, and we're just gonna always draw them. But maybe one day we'll be happy to have them. Jesus. Alrighty.
They have no wit, nor poetry.
There is Manic Jakaruski. More than likely.
Behold, my
magnificent
magnificent monster.
This is how an artist fights.
Alright, so he's gonna try to high roll ward. Unless he has a ward crafter, then he's just gonna play the ward crafter.
Let's do the fish
Interest.
stick.
I think I almost want to go for Hive Warrior Crassius's Favor here, but I also kind of want the cards from him. So I could go Morthal Executioner Crassius's Favor. It's either these two or just this here. Let's go for just this.
This is how an artist fights.
At least it draws me a card while I'm getting crappy items. We can still go for Morthal Crassius next turn. We might even be able to just try and race him.
Let's do the fish stick.
Fighters Guild?
Behold,
Nope,
my
another Manic Jack.
magnificent
That's pretty good.
monster.
Watch yourself now.
I don't recall seeing him get all those things he needs. I can double up on items. That seems pretty good.
Violence, violence. This is how an artist fights.
What are the odds of pulling the same item twice? Alright, so he can hit me for 11. Or he can clear one of my Hofengar Marauders. I guess worst thing here would be if he had Fighters Guild and a Lightning Bolt for the left Hofengar Marauder. We're still one turn off from either Legion Prefect or Clockwork Apostle, unfortunately. We're also 1 damage short of skipping these runes, but if we pull Skywatch Vindicator, we can buff this guy to get past all that. I think he's deciding if he wants to try and race or trade.
Let's do the fish
Damn,
stick.
he's just going in.
Let's do the fish stick.
I will have your head.
Is he lethal somehow? Oh, well, at least now he lets me skip a rune.
This is how an artist fights.
That was pretty terrifying. So I guess it's just like an aggressive assassin. Yikes. Alrighty, well, there is Underused Mage. Let's open a pack. Just smile. Master of Arms is not a bad pull. It's pretty sweet. Alrighty, guys. Well, that is going to be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, thank you all very much for watching. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.